Hi, Janine here. I was going to talk today, go over some mouth guards that I've had in the past. Quick review. I'm 49. I was in an accident when I was about 7 years old. I started having TMJ issues starting probably around 12, 13, when I was probably 18, 19, maybe even 20, possibly even 21. In that range, I had my first orthotic, um, but I don't have that one anymore. It broke a long time ago. Um, it was thinner and it had like these hooks that kind of clipped onto my teeth, and I, for the life of me, can't even remember if it was on the top or the bottom. I think it was on the bottom. I think it said on the bottom. So that was my first one. I went a majority through my 20s and my 30s without one. And then I guess it's been about 4 years ago, um, I was having a lot of daily pain, daily headaches, the whole thing in my neck and my jaw, and I went to an LVI dentist as that my chiropractor sent me to, and I was working in conjunction with the both of them to try to relieve some of my pain. Had a CT scan at the time, had x-rays of my neck, went through pain management class, or a pain management doctor, which they couldn't really do anything for me. Then, like I said, I went to this LVI dentist and I spent $10,000 for treatment and a splint or mouth guard. This is the splint, and I wore it for 3 years, so it's discolored and kind of gross. But this went on the bottom, and as you can tell, it's very thin in the back, and then it gets very thick here. I can't put it in because I've got braces now and it won't fit, but it comes up pretty far. But this one, I don't know if you guys can tell, it's got grooves in it. I don't know if you can see those grooves. Let me see if I can get it to focus. See these little grooves? Well, your top teeth fit into those grooves. So it would pull my jaw kind of forward a little bit, relieving the pain or the pressure on the joint in the back, which did help with some of the pain. I could eat with it on, but most of the time I took it out, because food would get lodged in it and lodged underneath it, and it was, kind of gross. My dog chewed on it, so I filed it down at one point. And even though it helped, it didn't get rid of all the pain. I still had daily headaches. Then I started getting Botox shortly after I got it. So I kind of knew that it wasn't going to completely relieve all of my headaches. So we knew that there was issues in there, and we knew that it was degenerative, that it was going to continue to get worse. And he had told me that the only way to make it more permanent was to crown my teeth and whatnot. Later on, I did find out that there's a lot of dentists, and of course, if you've gone through this, you know that your insurance won't cover LVI. It's not it's just not something that they'll cover. So I was out of pocket, but I was in so much pain, like a lot of people, that I would try anything and pay anything, and I was in debt doing it. So then I got married, and my husband's insurance covered some TMJ stuff. So I went to another specialist 3 years after I got that. Went to another specialist, and he again took scans, and made me this orthotic, which you can see it's not as thick here, but this also went on the top. But again, it wasn't as thick. And here you can see even the back's real thin. It's what they call flat plane. So your teeth just kind of slide back and forth. And I found that I'd search a lot. The reason why I stopped wearing this one is it got stuck one night and I couldn't get it off. I had to wind some dental floss through there and yank it out. And after that, I was like, shoot, I don't want to get stuck again. Shortly after I got this too, we moved to another state. So I had to start the process all over again, find a new person, a new specialist or whatnot. At that time, when I got this one, he mentioned, maybe going braces route, straightening things out. I don't know exactly what his game plan was, because I didn't see him long enough to really go any further. So not in any fault of his, we just didn't get that far. So when we moved to another state, I thought, okay, well, if braces would fix my bite, then maybe that would relieve some of the pain and some of the pressure on my jaw. My teeth would meet together, because my teeth don't touch at all in the front. So biting stuff off, I have to use my tongue to bite things off because the teeth don't come together. So I thought, okay, going to an orthodontist. So I went to an orthodontist and gave him my scans, and told him that I've had TMJ, but it wasn't actively hurting that bad. It was manageable. I got Botox, blah, blah, blah. So he gave me this orthotic, and it's got like this, what they call this is a deprogrammer. And this one's very thin. It's just like a retainer would be, or like, almost like those trays, the whitening trays. And this one on the top as well. And what the theory is that your bottom teeth would hit this, and if your bottom teeth would hit, your back teeth wouldn't hit, and it would make your muscles relax. Didn't do anything either way. It didn't make things worse. It didn't make things better. Then I had gotten some Botox, and for whatever reason, I don't know if it was because I got a Botox and I had waited. It had been instead of every 3 months, I was like at 5 months. So I was it was increasing in pain. And I had a really, really bad flare, where things are swollen. I was taking Vicodin. I was crying on the couch. My husband didn't quite know what to do. So I called the orthodontist, and I called my neurologist, trying to figure out, okay, what's going on. I had, really bad headache. My whole, everything was just really, really upset. But this side was so incredibly painful, which my right side's my worst side. And then the orthodontist says, well, I'm going to send you to a specialist down near where I live. So then I go to this new specialist, and he gives me another orthotic. Now this one is huge. I don't know if you guys can really tell how big this thing is. Again, it's thinner in the back a little bit. But I would be like this. It was hard to close my lips. And this is shaved down. He had adjusted it and taken a whole bunch down. And again, this is a flat planed one where it's smooth here. It doesn't have any ridges for your top teeth to rest on. So I'm constantly searching. So even with this on, I'm doing this, trying to find a comfortable spot, that sweet spot where it doesn't hurt, where it's comfortable, where things will allow to relax. The first week of this was painful, and I took it out quite a few times. I could only wear it for a couple hours at a time. And I take it out, and I called him. I said, I can't wear this. It hurts way too much. I was getting those sharp shooting pains going down this way, up, back. It was just, it was sore. It was uncomfortable. So I wore, but I stuck with it, and it started getting a little bit more comfortable. Couldn't close my lips at night. Kept my mouth open. With all of them, one upside was that it kept me from snoring as bad. My husband reports that I snore quite loudly at times, and with these in, I don't snore as bad. And I believe just because it opens it up to where I can't, my jaw doesn't close and fall back as much. So out of all of these, really, if you're just going to go the non, I'm going in for surgery. I've decided to get total joint replacement. So I'm tired of, after 40 years of dealing with issues, I want it fixed. I don't want to wear these big bulky things, and these I only wear at night. All the others, except for the LVI, you do wear 24 hours. But all the others, I'd only wear them at night. So during the day, it didn't help at all. It didn't relieve any pain. I was still having headaches. I was still having all the other issues. It was just at night I wasn't snoring as bad. That was really the only upside. It wasn't that I was more comfortable, less comfortable. Sometimes I sleep good. Right now I'm having trouble sleeping. I think it might be not necessarily because I'm not wearing a mouthpiece at night, but I've switched medications, and I reduced the dose because I was waking up with headaches, but I'm still waking up uncomfortable. So I'm going to talk to my neurologist again about maybe changing muscle relaxants at night to something else, or go back to what I was using before, but a little higher dose. So overall, out of all of my different assortment here, I do have to say that the LVI mouth guard, it was the most comfortable. To replace this mouth guard, I called them and I asked them, and they said it was $5,000 just for the mouth guard, not for any of the tensing of the reading of your muscles or anything. Now, I do know that there are LVI dentists out there, or dentists that do LVI, that don't charge as much, and they're much more reasonable. If you happen to be in the Coeur d'Alene, Idaho area, I do know of a dentist. I believe his name is Dr. Lee. I'll have to recheck that. But I did talk to him. Very nice man. He does LVI, and he was much more reasonable than $10,000 for treatment and and guards. So if you happen to be in that area, I would just check as much as you can if you're interested in LVI. The thing is, some dentists and like this other specialist I saw, he had said that LVI, because of the positioning, that it actually could make my jaw hit more and cause more damage. If your issue is muscular more than anatomy, your bones, arthritis in your bones and other issues like that, I would definitely say give LVI a try. I didn't want to have crowns or anything. I didn't want to go that route. I don't know if that would be the only route that they would take for, people. I don't know enough about that. I just know from the one dentist that I talked to that they wanted to do crowns. Even though my teeth are crooked and everything is, I didn't want to go put crowns on a bunch of my teeth. Why put crowns on good teeth? So I wasn't interested in doing that, and it wouldn't fix the root problem. The root problem being that my jaw joint has just eroded away. There's no putting the bone back at this point. There's no fixing it. So that is what my thoughts on all the different types of guards, and I hope this helps somebody, maybe sent you in a direction. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. Thanks. Bye.